Hello YouTube, welcome to this video. It's another of my series on the Enzippopedia book. A wonderful book, absolutely amazing. How to get it's in the description. And a big thank you goes to Paul, who sent me this and this cool lighter, which is an ARMOUR lighter. And thank you so much for the presents. In the description, all the previous parts of this series, and I'm going to discuss a few things. Original 1932 replica and second release, then the 33 replica first release, and how to date a Zippo, and Zippo models by size. Okay, the first version, the original 1932 replica and second release, was released in 1982, and it wasn't until 1988 was the second one released. The difference between the two is that the present one was hand polished, and therefore it showed the mirror shine, and latter totally lacked to it. On the first edition, coinciding the 50th anniversary of Zippo founding, some internal voices suggested that it would have been better to have waited 1 year later, when the company's first it rolled off the production line, not the company founding. So that's the two lighters. Pictures always at the end as well. In 1988, the hinge shows a slight vertical deviation, and 2 years later it settled to fully aligned. It came in a display box, and there's the hinges and the display boxes. In 1997, there was short-lived production of the second release of the original replica, but it was discontinued model in the same year, and in the same year manufacturing definitely ceased. Marketing, however, lasted to 98. In 2009, replicas were included in the Evolution collection, which was not part of the shipment of this model, but it was put the market old stock with more than 1 decade of antiquity. And next up will be the 1933 first release. Also, there's a lovely camel lighter down here, a camel Zippo. Sounds like heaven. Okay. The first edition of the 1933 replica appeared in 1998. Again, the controversies about the 1932 versus 1933 anniversary stirred again. It was extended to the year 2000, basically identical to their predecessors. And here's some pictures of said lighter. The packaging of the very design consisted of a metal box which hosted the lighter, then placed inside the cardboard sleeve, exclusively printed for this model. And there is the colours. And there's the box. Okay. Zippo models by size. The size of the Zippo lighter has been modified throughout its history. It's currently measured 5.7 centimetres by 3.7. In the regular models, that's 2¼ inches by 1.44 inches in the regular models. In the slim models, they're 5.7 centimetres by 2.9, which is 2¼ inches by 1.13 inches. In 1933, the first models were named Tall Case, Fountain Model or Holy Grail, and as you can imagine, they're extremely rare and prized. Their common denominator was absolute absence of any decoration on the surface, squared corners and 3-barreled exterior hinge, and the body was 2 7/16 in height, which is 6.19 centimetres. 1934, height was reduced to 6.35 millimetres. So now the housing is 2 3/16 high, 5.55 centimetres. In 1935, the greatest reduction in height in Zippo models takes place, 1.3 millimetres. So I think there's a typo here, 1.70 millimetres. So its new measurement is 2 9/64 high, that's 5.42 centimetres. Again, it's not properly documented the reason for the size reduction. In 1941, all production was shipped to the forces, and in 1946 the lighter changed its size to 2 9/32, which is 5.8 centimetres. So it reduced its size by 1 millimetre. From mid-1946 to present day, once again the measurement in 1 millimetre was made to reduce it to 2 1/4 inches, 5.7 centimetres tall. So the insert was the same object of the same rate cut, and that is how Zippos have evolved in height over the last few years, or last 80 years plus. Okay, today's a Zippo. You have to look at the bottom of it. This is very detailed and I'm not going to bore you. There'll be pictures at the end for you to look at, and it is, as I said, you have to buy the book To Date a Zippo. Finally, Black Crackle. As previously mentioned in another chapter of this encyclopedia, in this year coinciding with World War II and due to the shortage of licensed basic materials, Zippo removed its products from the civilian sale to provide the American Armed Forces. The brand had to outsource their production of their frames by commissioning another company from Pennsylvania dedicated to tools manufacturing. To do so, low quality steel was used, presenting a poor finish and full of imperfections. In order to minimise these defects, or those defects, they're covered with a thick coat of black paint design and called Rise design. And the Black Crackles ball. They're actually one of the most searched and priced models by collectors nowadays. So basically, the case of the Zippo was of inferior quality to normal because of the war, but they're really searched after. And That's the black crackle. He then goes on about cam springs, which I'm not going to bore you about. And 1943, the model undergoes significant changes. The hinge will have 3 barrels now, of which the middle one is slightly larger, and these variations continue to 1945. And some more pictures there. Next week I'm going to do stabilizers amongst other things. Photos to finish. Give this video a thumbs up and thank you for watching.